fight stage.
He's an excellent father and an excellent husband.
What I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna hurt you really bad.
How can you do this to me? I'm shocked.
You are a gigolo and a jerk.
I thought you loved me.
What goes around is gonna come around.
I want you to look at your husband and tell him how you feel.
I feel hurt, angry, upset.
Part of life.
What do you think you have going for you that makes you so wonderful?
I just want out.
Give me a hug.
Your husband or your lover was keeping a secret from you. Now, would you want to know no matter what the secret was? Yes or no? Yes. Some things are better left that you don't know, I think. Well, today, lovers are going to reveal their secrets to their partners for the very first time. Secrets that I can assure you will most definitely change their relationships forever. Some for the better, some for the worse. Now, I don't think anyone can forget, if you saw that show, my next guest, Jimmy. In fact, I know you can't because you keep writing him letters. Anyhow, Jimmy was on our show a while back, and on the show, he found out, it was another secret show, he found out that the woman he was involved with for 3 years, the woman whom he loved more than anything in the world, was keeping a terrible secret from him. Take a look at this clip. What kind of secret do you have?
Well, I feel that I love Jimmy. He loves me, but I don't love him. I really don't love him. I really don't love you the way that you love me. I'm really sorry about it, but I just met somebody else, and I'm really attracted to him. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I just met somebody else, and I fell in love with him. 5 months isn't a long time, but we've been going out every day, and he's just great. He wants to do things. Jimmy wants to do things too, but it's in a different way.
It's a different way?
He's exciting, and he has a fast car, and he has lots of money, and...
So Jimmy lost out to a fast car and a lot of money, and the one woman in the world he cared about, and probably still does. And what happened after that show? Well, we received hundreds of letters and phone calls from people who were desperate to find out what happened to Jimmy and Sarah, and they wanted to make sure that Jimmy was okay. So what did happen to Jimmy and Sarah after the show? Did they really break up? Did they stay together? Jimmy, if you're not with Sarah anymore, come on out. Get over here. First thing we ought to tell people was that you had been in a very bad car crash, had you not?
Oh, yes, Sally.
And a lot of awful things had happened to you. What happened between you and Sarah after the show?
Well, we both went our separate ways.
Did she get the guy with the fast? Do you know whether she got the guy with the car?
I didn't ask any questions afterwards, but I was kind of really upset about it. And
very.
But if that's what Sarah wants, nothing I could do about it.
You told us that being on your show opened your eyes to a lot of things. Tell me about that experience.
Well, Sally, you're the one who opened my eyes. Like what you told me that like Sally told me this accident didn't do anything to me that I led it to, and it really hit hard. It was like a wake-up call.
Is there another clip? Do you have another clip on what the heck I said to him? Not only can you be what you were, but you can go on and be much, much better because you've learned awful important lessons. I mean that. That's a very...
I mean, Sally, I mean, that was beautiful.
That's a very important thing to remember. Were you shocked to discover in this experience how many people called in and wrote letters about you?
It's amazing. I mean, Sally, you've been so nice to me, your whole staff. I mean, you really made me feel special.
The people, though, cared. And they don't care about somebody if they're not special. That's what I found out about television. We picked out a few letters that women sent you from all over the country, and I wanted you to get an idea of how people felt about you. So listen to a couple of these excerpts from these letters.
Dear Jimmy, I watched you today on the Sally Jessy Raphael show and saw the sadness in your eyes and your low self-esteem. And I want you to know there are more days in your life, and you need to dump that gal if she wants money and fast cars. That is not what life is all about.
Dear Jimmy, I'm sorry about what happened to you on the Sally show. I'm watching the show right now, and I wanted to cry for you. I think you are a handsome man. I think you have a big heart and a giving heart. I wish we lived in the same city so we could meet each other. Maybe we can meet each other somehow.
Dear Sally, on your show Revealed Secrets to Lovers, my heart just about broke when the gentleman named Jimmy was dumped by the girl that had been there for him during his trauma from a car accident. I feel so bad for him that I just had to write. I've never done anything like this before, but there was something special about Jimmy, something that made my heart go out to him.
See, people think this person. Pretty wonderful. They don't write that. They don't write those things if they don't feel something coming through the television camera at you. To this day, we're still receiving phone calls and letters from young women who say that Sarah was really a fool for letting you go. In fact, I'm going to give them to you. They're very heavy. Honestly, we are running out of room. I have an office. This is New York City. I have an office that's this big. I don't need... Oh! This, all of this for you, okay? So I'm going to put them in a shopping bag. I'm going to send them home with you on the airplane. And you know what I'd do if I were you? I'd write to some of these people just to say thank you.
Oh, well,
it's going to cost you a lot in stamps, will you?
Yeah,
okay.
In fact, we received one letter in particular from a very beautiful young college student named Colleen. And she wrote, Dear Jimmy, when I saw you on the Sally show, my heart went out to you. I cannot say that I know exactly how you feel, but I know how it feels to have your self-esteem shattered. Please, Jimmy, believe in yourself. I'd love to meet you or to talk to you. And Colleen wrote a whole lot more. I mean, we just cut it down. We thought it would be more meaningful for her to tell you what she's been through in person. So, would you like to meet this young lady? All right. Now, Colleen, come on out. Of us. Now, just let things take their time. Come on. This is a fast life we live. We think maybe it would help to have a friend. Colleen is from Kentucky, right? I mean, but we can speak to each other on the phone and write to each other. Colleen, you told us you were very moved by Jimmy when you saw him on the show.
Yes.
Tell him why.
Basically, I think Jimmy has a wonderful heart. I don't think fast cars or a lot of money bring people happiness. I think that a loving, caring person brings other people happiness.
That's right.
And I really think Jimmy deserves to be happy.
That's exactly right. And she's somebody who knows. Colleen is someone who knows. She wrote in her letter that she knows what it feels like because her self-esteem was
amazingly shattered. Tell me about, all these things happened at once, right?
I had a very, very rough year. My parents were divorced. My father moved away. My sister, this all happened within a matter of 6 months. My sister was diagnosed with diabetes and almost died. My mother got breast cancer. I was in a long relationship myself for 4 years. We broke up during this period of time. It was a very, very hard time.
All of this just seemed to
within
close
6
in
months.
on you. And how did you feel? I mean, you'd lost
About this big.
This big?
Yeah, I did.
Exactly. And you know, one of the best ways in the world when you're feeling this big is to take care of yourself, is to go help take care of somebody else. I've always said that. Makes you feel very tall. So I hope you two will have a very nice relationship and find that you get as much as you give. After the show today, what we're going to do is send you out so that we're not putting you on a plane, just sending you home, out for a nice lunch. And you'll have to keep us posted on anything that happened. Okay? But meanwhile, you have a friend, and I think that that's very important. We'll be right back. Glad to see you again.
Nice to see you again. He's an excellent father and an excellent husband.
What I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna hurt you really bad.
How can you do this to me? I'm shocked.
Your husband was keeping an unbelievable secret from you, would you want to know, even if it meant that you might have your heart broken? Well, this is Tim, and he looks very serious, and he hopes that, yes, you would want to know. He says he's here today to reveal a secret to his wife, Paula, that is probably going to hurt her very much. Right, Tim?
Yes.
Okay. He feels if he doesn't do it now, he's never going to get the courage up to tell her. Have you tried to tell her?
No.
Never tried even?
No.
Okay. Tim's wife, Paul, is waiting in a secluded area and cannot hear a word that Tim is saying. We're going to bring her out in a few minutes. But first, why haven't you tried to tell her?
Never had the courage. I'm afraid it's gonna hurt her.
Why would being here give you the courage?
Well, it's not for me. I want to do it here so she has the support of the people.
Sitting here?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what the secret is and a little bit about you and Paula. How did you meet? How long have you been married? Do you have any children?
We have one child together.
How long have you been together?
5 years, going on 6.
So this is not an overnight thing,
No.
5 years. What is the problem?
I'm not in love with her, and I never was.
Why did you marry her?
For her money.
Well, try to explain that to us before everybody gets very judgmental, but try to explain that.
I never was in love with her. I only liked her as a friend, but she had a trust fund, a good sound of money, and I used her for that.
Didn't anyone do you feel that that was wrong?
Not at the time, no.
Why? I don't understand. Most of us know that that's not right.
Well, everybody makes mistakes in their life, and this is one mistake that I made.
So you married her for the trust fund?
Yes.
Pardon me for being cynical, but I do a talk show. Has the trust fund run out?
Almost, yes.
Do you want to leave her?
Yes, I do.
What about the child?
I'll always be there for the child. It's mine, and I love her dearly.
Are you in love with someone else?
Not at this time, no.
Now, we told Paula on a number of occasions that Tim wanted to reveal a secret to her. And we told her that the secret could be good and bad. I mean, we went over this and over this and over this, and she told us she wanted to hear whatever he had to say. So we're going to bring Paula out. Now remember, she has not heard what we've heard, and she's been in a secluded area. How do you think, before we bring her out, I cannot imagine how she's going to take it. How do you think she's going to take it?
It's going to hurt her. It's going to hurt her bad.
How do you feel about that?
Now I really do feel bad. That's why I'm doing this, so I don't have to go through with it anymore, hurting her.
Okay, please say hello to Tim's wife, Paula. Hello, Paula.
Hi.
As you know, your husband Tim is here today because he would like to tell you a secret. And you said you were willing to hear whatever it is?
Mm-hmm.
But suppose it's something that you should be told in private. Suppose it's something that you shouldn't hear here. Do you still want to hear it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm wondering what it's going to be.
Right. I would like to know a little about your marriage, your relationship with Tim. Can you tell me?
Yeah.
How do you get along?
Great. We've been married for 6 years, going on 6 years. And we got a daughter. He's an excellent father and an excellent husband. I love him more than anything in the whole world.
Right. Marriage going well?
It's going great, I think.
No complaints or anything?
We've had our ups and downs like any other couple.
Do you have any thoughts of what this secret could be?
I have no idea.
And you sure you want to hear it?
Yep.
Okay, Tim, this is what you wanted, so why don't you tell your wife what you wanted to say?
Well, what I'm going to tell you, it's going to hurt you really bad. I was never in love with you, and I'm not in love with you now. I went out of this relationship. I just used you for your trust fund, and I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
How can you do this to me?
I'm sorry. I hope we can still be friends.
This really hurts.
I know.
I thought you loved me.
I'm sorry.
Did you have any idea that that's what he wanted to say?
No.
None? I can't understand, Tim, why you didn't give her any hints or any indication. Generally, somebody leaves a little trail of hints or...
I knew it was going to hurt her, and I was just a coward to tell her.
Couldn't there have been another...
Everyone's getting all hyper and stuff about it, but if I don't tell her now, I could go on using her for the rest of that. Would you guys like that? She works. I could stay there all my life and let her pay. Thank you.
Tim,
Futros and male are the same.
What do you want to have happen between Paula?
Yeah.
There was never a moment when you thought maybe there was something wrong with the marriage?
I thought everything was going great. I really did.
Never occurred to you that there was...
Never a clue.
Never a clue.
No.
What do you want to happen, Tim?
I still want to be friends, but I want out of the marriage.
What would you like to say anything to Tim?
How can you do this to me after 5 years? We got a beautiful daughter.
All I can say is I'm sorry.
It hurts.
I know.
We've had so many good times and we've had bad times, and we've always pulled through.
I just can't go through with this any longer. I'm sorry. I just want out.
But isn't there something about having had good times and water under the bridge? Doesn't that stand for a lot, that people have been through a lot together? Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
I think I am. I really do. If I stay with her, I'm probably just going to end up hurting her more.
Well, how can you hurt her any more than this?
I don't want to find out. That's why I want out.
What are you thinking?
I'm shocked.
When our producer said this may be bad news, what were you thinking it was?
I didn't know. I really didn't.
Do you think you can do well on your own?
I'm going to try. I'm going to have to.
Do you have any questions for him? Things you want to ask him?
You lied? You never loved me?
No, I did lie. I don't love
You
you.
used me?
Yes. And I'm sorry.
How much money was there? Do you mind us asking?
I would say about 40, 50,000.
And what did you use it for?
I bought a lot of material things with it.
Like what?
Motorcycle. A lot of parties.
A lot of parties.
Yes.
So Tim, now that her money is run out, are you going to go out and find someone with more money?
Yes. I hope.
Paula, you had no idea he was like this?
No, I did not.
None at all. For 6 years, none at all.
No.
Later in the show, Paula, we're going to bring out a therapist to talk to you, okay? See what we can do to try and help you. Maybe there is good that this happened this way, because at least there'll be somebody there to help. We'll be right back. After this segment ended, Paula and Tim went backstage to talk privately about his secret. They'll be back later in the show, and Paula will get her chance to confront her husband.
You are the Five. Get off my stage.
Complicated day, full of complicated people and secrets. What would you do if you had fallen madly in love with someone only to have them, poof, completely disappear from your life? That's what happened to you, right? My next guest, Dale. Judy was the love of his life. He has no idea where to find her, and today he's coming here to make a plea for her. You haven't seen this love of your life in 4 years?
It's been 4 years.
But you said a day doesn't go by that you don't dream about finding her again?
Right, right.
Can you tell me about your relationship with her? I mean, how'd you meet her?
Well, it first started when my mother was involved in a motorcycle accident with her husband. I had to go to the town that they had gotten the motorcycle accident in, and staying with his relatives. When I went to his relative's house, she was babysitting the kids there.
You met a girl who was babysitting?
Right.
Right.
She was beautiful. I didn't know what to say to her. I was intimidated by the way she looked.
You mean love at first sight? Absolutely.
Basically. Right, right.
Okay.
Didn't know what to say to her, and I was just sitting there, totally in awe, amazed with myself, with her, and I called my cousin that was in the same town that we were in, and I was telling him, you know, I'm sitting here with this. I'm trying to tell him about this beautiful girl, but she's sitting right there, so I can't say a lot about who or anything about her. So hung up with him, and later on, I don't know what broke the ice. Somehow we got to talking, and then from then on, we hit it off great.
So you were dating while you were staying there to watch out for your mother?
Right.
So you used to sneak out on dates together?
Yeah, I rode my bike halfway across the town to go see her, and it was getting impossible to start seeing her. So it was one night where we were outside. We were talking. Things started to get a little emotional. She started crying, and I was planning on going to my dad's, and moving to my dad's house. And
Where's
at
your
this
dad
time,
live?
in a small town in Illinois.
Okay.
About an hour south of where I was at. And then I named a star for, it was the first star in the Big Dipper, the handle of the Big Dipper. I said, if you're ever alone or feeling lonely or just want to talk, and just look at the star, and you know I'm out there under that star somewhere. And to this day, I mean, as a matter of fact, last time I could see the stars, I was on patrol the other night, and just parked the patrol car and just looked at the star, and I was actually praying to the star, someday I'll find her. Someday I'll...
So you said, remember the star, and off you went to live with your father.
Right.
And
right.
then
Went to the Army.
You went to the Army.
Kept in contact with her a little bit, but at this time, my life was not solid. Didn't know where I was going to go. Didn't know where I was going to be. And I didn't want to drag anybody else's life down if I didn't know where my life was going.
I understand.
So I didn't want to bring her
so you
into my life.
didn't contact her till about a year ago.
Right.
What happened a year ago?
A year ago, I was supposed to go back to Iowa or back to Illinois to meet her, where her mother lived. And the day that I was supposed to leave, she called me, and I told her, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. And I said I had to work. Well,
now that was not the truth.
Right. I was trying to surprise her. Hung up the phone.
You didn't want her, it backfired on you, but you didn't want her to know that you were
I was actually
coming
going
to
show
see
up.
her.
Right. Hung up the phone. As soon as I hung up the phone, you know, my bags were already packed, and I had just bought a new motorcycle and got on the motorcycle. This was a 6-hour drive, and 3 hours into it, the motorcycle died, and it was unfixable at the time because I didn't have enough money with me to fix my motorcycle.
So you never saw her.
Right.
And she has disappeared?
Right, right.
Now, why do you want to find this woman?
Because I love her and I want to be with her for the rest of my life.
Okay, so you're here to make a plea, right?
Yes.
To find her. All right. Suppose that isn't really why you're here. I mean, suppose I've done something else. Suppose I'm a bad person. Capable of being as bad as anyone else, right?
Okay.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. Let's see. Who's this?
Beautiful lady.
Everyone, this is Judy. Obviously, figured that. Hello? Wait. Dale. Hi. It is a television show. Would you like to sit down? How are you feeling?
Surprised.
Why didn't you wait for him? He would have shown up. What happened?
I had to go back home.
You had to go back home? Did you know that he was coming? No, you didn't think he was because he said, I may not make that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to look at him. How do you feel about him?
Oh, I still love him.
You still love him? With all your heart? Why are we shaking like this? Okay. Good. So, you can sit down too. What do you want to say to him after all these years?
I just miss you. I love you. I don't want to be with you forever.
Judy, hon, you don't want to be with whom? You don't want to be with him?
I want to.
You do want to be with him. Tell me what happened. You met somebody?
Yeah.
And did you get married? How long have you been married?
About 7 months.
7 months. Are you living with your husband? No.
We're separated.
Why? what was wrong with the marriage?
His family just interfered, and I had too many feelings for Dale.
You had too many feelings for Dale to really make the marriage work. Okay. Dale, talk to Judy. Tell her what's in your heart. Last time you said, I don't know if I'm going to show up. You've been playing it so cool over these 4 years that you haven't gotten the girl. There's a thing like making it being too cool.
I understand that. I love you, and now that everything's basically where I want it in my life, the only thing I'm missing is you, and I want you to come home with me.
Okay. Is that good to hear?
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be right back.
I told my one friend, I was like, you need to shut up, girlfriend, because you just got a big mouth. I just get on it. Woo!
Look at your husband and tell him how you feel.
Today, lovers have been revealing secrets to their partners. Some have been good and some have been very, very bad. My next guests say they have no idea how their secret's going to be received. This is Tracy. Sitting next to Tracy is her good friend, John. They are here to reveal a secret to Tracy's husband, Rick, who's waiting. No, it's not what you think. Ha 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 ha. Waiting in a secluded area. In fact, John, it was the person who called the show.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. John told us that you were afraid that the secret was going to come back and haunt you, and also you don't like lying a lot, right?
Yeah.
So you were at the point where you had to tell the truth. Let's find out what is the truth. You two were working together. You've known each other since school?
Yeah, we've known each other since school.
Okay.
And then
Yet you've been married, lady, for 5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
Yes. Well, okay. We went to school together, and then we kind of lost contact, and then we started working together. And it was a younger group that we all worked with. And on the weekends, everybody would get together, and we'd go out to the local dance clubs or whatever, and just have a really good time. And he was the only guy, and it was all girls. So this one night, my husband met us down at this dance club, and he wasn't too happy with the fact. So I told him,
your husband, he wasn't happy with the fact that you had your own friends doing your own thing and dancing?
Well, with him.
With me, we like
to
dance.
With him.
Yeah, with him. There was a bunch of other girls, but he was the only guy, and I was paying a lot of attention to him.
Is your husband a very jealous person? Does he not?
He can be. He can be.
And he doesn't trust you? After
Sometimes.
5 years?
Sometimes he doesn't.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so
what did you do?
Well, so he kind of made the comment that he didn't like the way we were acting. And I said, well, you know, first of all, we're just really good friends. And I said, second of all, he's gay. And he believed it. And he put on this show like you would not believe. I mean, he just hammed it up to no end, hammed it up.
He even went to the phone and broke up with his male lover on the phone.
His hands were just a-flying. And I mean, he was just, we were rolling, we were crying, we were laughing so hard.
I did it so her husband wouldn't like beat me up or anything.
Okay, we're going to send John backstage and bring Tracy's husband, Rick, out. Rick! Rick, come on out. You're here because Tracy has a secret that she would like to reveal to you.
I have to.
You willing? I ask you the same thing. You willing to hear anything she has to say?
Yeah, I'm willing.
Okay. Do you have any idea what this is?
I have no idea.
Tracy, turn to your husband and tell him what your secret is.
Okay, do you remember John?
Yeah.
And I told you that he was gay.
Uh-huh.
He's not gay. There's nothing going on.
What is your reaction to what you just heard?
I'm a little shocked. At least I don't have to worry about him hitting on me now anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Rick, John is here, and he wanted to come out and face you, man to man, tell you that he's sorry. So, John, come on out and say, I'm sorry.
Hi. I'm celibate.
Can you really forgive him for this? I know you're the butt of the joke, but it isn't quite fair, is it?
No, not really. I don't think so.
Right, I agree with you. I understand that. So tell him you're sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean, it started when she just said that, and I just had to keep going because it was fun, and you see how it made everybody laugh. And
it wasn't meant to hurt you.
It really did a good job with it, I can tell you that much.
I'm sure.
Now, is it better to reveal a secret even if you know you're going to hurt someone? We're going to talk about that when we return. Don't go away.
Look at your husband and tell him how you feel.
You are the Foul. Get off my stage.
Question, what would you do if you found out that someone you loved was keeping a secret from you? I've asked everybody, do you want to know no matter what? Say hello to our good friend, Dr. Gilda Carl. Now, you've been listening backstage, right?
Yeah.
To everything, okay? I'm especially concerned, I guess, about Paula. And I said, Paula, we would try to get you out here and at least have someone talk to you.
Paula, how are you feeling now?
Just angry, upset.
Okay. Come here. I want you to look at your husband and tell him how you feel.
I feel hurt, angry, upset.
Why are you angry?
Because he hurt me.
What are you going to do?
Leave him.
You know, it's very, very important that she feel the anger because she has been betrayed. The money ran out and you're running out. How would you like that to happen to your daughter?
I wouldn't let it happen to my daughter.
You wouldn't let it happen to your daughter. It's okay for you to do it to your wife, but it's not okay for somebody to do it to your daughter.
It's part of life.
Come here. Give me a hug. Come here. You know,
Gilda, what is with Tim? I don't get, I mean, there are very few people that I don't in some way understand, or silly enough to think I do, I guess. But what is with Tim?
What is with Tim? What do you think that you have going for you that makes you so wonderful that you're going to get some other woman somewhere else? As a matter of fact, I want to suggest to every woman in America to look at that face and not to give him their number. I mean, he has made a national plea on national television that he's finished with her and he's about to find somebody else. Nobody wants you. That's right.
We'll be right back. What can we do to help Paula through this?
Paula?
Would this have been better done not in front of us? Yes and no, because you're not there to help, or a whole lot of other things?
Well, you know, it's very important, Paula, that you really feel what you're feeling. This business about being hurt is not really quite there. You have to feel the anger because you have been betrayed. Let him know how angry you are, but really feel that anger because this is all part of your healing. Something else. You know, I always do believe that when people do things to us, they really do things for us. Don't you agree? Yes. And this is a blessing in disguise. Number one, you are never going to bet on some prince, right?
Right.
There's no Prince Charming that's going to come and sweep you off your feet anymore. You're going to go into every single relationship in the future with your eyes wide open. And you're going to find out about that guy before you decide to commit your heart to him, right? That's it. Now, I'm concerned about what's going to happen after you guys go home.
What is going to happen, Tim? What's going to happen?
I'm going to get my stuff and leave.
Now, you know, Paula is crying. And Paula is really feeling horrible. Let those feelings get to you. You have every right to feel as horrible as you do. It's okay. This man has done no good for you. But you know what? You didn't see it coming.
No,
and I want you to be sure that you can prevent it in the future if you see it coming next time. A guy like this, you've got to see through. Like all the women out there have got to see through somebody who is not sincere. This is no Prince Charming. And we've got to know that.
Take a break and we'll be right back. Well, we've got to give some people some time to talk by themselves. So, not you, Dr. Carl, and not me, but we're sending them to the Harley-Davidson Cafe. Have a great time. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Next time.
Get off my stage!